Welcome to KaiChi Live. I'm KaiChi, and it's my Best City Gaming review. In this episode titled Pie Heart, we see Grandma Alice with Cricket, Bill, and Remy, and also Tilly come to the town of Smallton. It's basically a 3-story town, and near the end of the town was where Patty's Diner is, where our main focus at. And this is where Tilly is telling Grandma Alice that there's a best pie. The best pies sell there, and this sort of threatens Alice, like seeing like how her granddaughter prefer that another person's pie than her pie, which she then challenged Patty to a bake-off or a pie-off, which they go through like a not weird sequence, sequence like how they go in the kitchen and make the pie, and after finish making the pie, Alice tried to like Patty. After the pie was finished, we see Alice trying it out and seeing that, tasting that, the pie was actually pretty good, and she understand why Patty's pie is pretty good and why Tilly loves it, which of course she felt threatened, being Tilly's grandmother, and Alice being Alice, did everything she can to sabotage Patty, but seeing Tilly and the rest of the people like that was wrong, and there was like a weird sequence I don't really remember, and all of a sudden like Patty's pie was somewhere on the floor and was about to crush with other items, and Alice at the last minute decided to do save get rid of her pie, save Patty's pie. This is the part where Alice come clean to Tilly why she did this, or why there's a pie off. And Tilly reminded her grandmother that she will need her, like regardless wherever, like what's the best pie or wherever, like just because Alice can do this thing, not the best at this thing or something else, but Tilly will always need her grandma to guide her throughout the world. So of course, this is where they make up and everything. Patty's Diner also have a gift shop, and this is where Cricket introduced Remy to the gift shop. And Remy decided to get like a nice souvenir for Razzcrash when he gets back. At first, he looked through the name tag and couldn't find one. Then it's a small town. Oh, the small town is called Smallton. That's kind of fun play on words. Remy then found keychains, which he imagined Razzcrash enjoying the keychain. Then he moved on to the mug, where he imagined Razzcrash enjoying the mug. Then he find a couple pens, like it says like welcome to Smallton, or a pen of Smallton, something like that. Don't remember. And he imagined Razzcrash like, oh, it's a nice pen for defending you. And you see him Razzcrash. I made me imagine Razzcrash, stabbing something off camera. And Remy's like, oh no, like, because I think honestly Razzcrash would enjoy anything. Well, he wants Remy to come back, but if he gets a souvenir, Razzcrash would always treasure it, because like Remy would think about Razzcrash, which is nice. But in the end, Remy couldn't decide everything. He did the next best thing. He's like, I'm gonna buy everything. And then he asked the cashier, like, oh, do you do great gift wrapping? See, Remy does care about Razzcrash, which I find kind of fun. Just coming to the diner, of course, we'll eat something. This is the part we found out that Bill has the usual. This is where Patty write down what's Bill's usual. Is having to be a liverwurst sandwich, which he doesn't like. But since it's his usual, so he cannot not order it. And when he hasn't had the heart to tell Patty he doesn't like it because it's his usual. And Cricket, being Cricket, said, oh, I won't have a usual. And we see him, his usual, he wants to be like some kind of meat sandwich. So throughout the episode, we see Cricket trying to order the meat sandwich, or make the meat sandwich as usual. But like this time around, Patty's wasn't taking the order. She has a waiter to take down the sandwich, a guy named Wayne, but because of Cricket doing his best, tried to remind Wade, and I guess Wade couldn't remember it, so you see Wade, bringing him different stuff. He remembers something to do with meat. So anyway, in the end, Cricket finally got his usual, but also in the end, Bill tried to warn him that not to try to get a usual, because like, he would stuck with it. After the pie off of Tilly, Remy, and Grandma Alice sit down to have the pie, the best pie, in town, not in the world, but the best pie in town, to have some pie. And this is the part where Cricket was like, oh, I'm kind of over my usual, and try to have a piece of pie. But Grandma, being Grandma, told him to finish his dinner. Finish his meal before it has some pie. But at this point, like, oh, Cricket doesn't want to have it anymore. But he doesn't like it anymore. And Bill's like telling him like, you shouldn't have done that, Cricket, along those lines. So like, he had to go through it because like he doesn't like it anymore. Just like Bill doesn't like the liverwurst sandwich. So yeah, overall, I like this episode. It's fun to see how certain characters, act like out into a small town. You see Grandma being threatened, but like I guess if I remember correctly, there are a few episodes where she feels threatened, like her place as a grandma. But Tilly reminded her that she's her grandmother. She always going to need her. And we see Remy trying to do the gift shop thing, where he tried to find the best gift. So like, forget it. I'll buy everything, and Vasquez would be happy to enjoy anything but Remy. Okay. As for Cricket, it's been Cricket. He's focused on one thing, but when someone tried to tell him that there's consequences, like his usual, maybe not like it. He may like it during that time, then he might not like it the next day. So it's not good to have a usual. And Cricket, unfortunately, had to deal with the consequences. And like I said, I really enjoyed this episode. It's fun to see that, them doing different things and see like other parts of small town. Well, South Malton. Like I said, it's only like not three blocks, so literally one block and 3 stores on it. I guess maybe across the street there's something else, but it might be fun to see like what's going on like in a small town. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, hit that likes button. Go over here to watch my previous videos and go over here. Subscribe to my channel, KaiChi Recap, for future nerd geek videos. Thank you.